24-39, 291 passing yards so far in the ballgame.
Hi, hello there. I'm Steve Bunin alongside Dana Jacobson. Welcome to ESPN News.
Thanks for being here. It is Steve's rookie voyage. A pleasure to be alongside with him. We've got a quad of Big Ten, Pac-10 matchups for you, and you had to know with all that travel, all that recirculated air, somebody would catch the upset bug.
All over. Let's start with Georgia LSU, shall we? SEC, big matchup down south. Pick it up in the fourth quarter. David Green in his own territory. That's Tyson Browning, and this is not his own territory. Nice block at the midfield there. Tyson Browning gone. Georgia ties the game at 10 with about 4.5 minutes left to play. Later in the fourth quarter, 3rd and 2. And Matt Mock, just one loss as a starting quarterback for LSU, finds Skylar Green. That's a touchdown. LSU up 17-10. 45 seconds left to play. 1st and 10 for Georgia. Green tipped and picked off by Corey Webster. That's the ball game. LSU holds on to win it 17-10. It's the first time that these teams have met when both were ranked. Just the 3rd time, rather. Total yards, Georgia 425, LSU 285. But the Bulldogs commit 3 turnovers. Tigers just 2. Mock came into the game ranked 4th in the country in pass efficiency. Now 9-1 as a starter. It's the Tigers' first 4-0 start since 1996.
All right, I mentioned Big Ten and Pac-10. Number 5, Michigan at Oregon. Second quarter, Ducks lead 14-6. Stephen Moore, the punt return, 61 yards. Oregon shocking them up 21-6. Fourth quarter, Michigan down 24-21, punting. Garrett Rivas kicks the ball into Keith Lewis. Ball loose. Keith Allen amazingly recovers that one in the end zone for Oregon, and the Ducks are up by 10, 31-21. 2:30 remaining, same score, Michigan ball. John Navarre to Steve Breston. Slips the defender loose into the end zone. Michigan trails now 31-27. The Pat blocked. Tim Day of Oregon touches the ball, causing a fumble on the ensuing kickoff. Braylon Edwards recovers. Michigan ball. Could it be going Michigan's way? Still down 4. 4th and 7. Navarre's pass through Braylon Edwards' hands, and Oregon hangs on to win this one 31-27. Oregon has won 20 straight non-conference home games, going all the way back to 1995. The first ever win against the Wolverines in 4 meetings. Michigan has lost its last 4 road openers. Chris Perry led the nation in rushing entering the game with 188 yards per game. You see the number right there glaring at you. 26 rushing yards on 11 carries for Chris Perry.
So much for the Heisman.
Heisman hopes are over, and probably so are Michigan's hopes for that national title. The Big Ten not traveling well over the past few years, especially when venturing into Pac-10 territory. Since 2000, ranked Big Ten teams have left empty-handed all 5 times they've faced a ranked Pac-10 foe. Wolverines have fallen victims 3 times in the past 4 years, losing 31-27 at Oregon today, losing at Washington in 2001, and back in 2000 they lost to the Bruins. Another Pac-10, Big Ten showdown. 14th ranked Iowa hosting number 16 Arizona State. First quarter, bad snap. Iowa's Nathan Chandler picks up the loose ball, gets hit, ball loose. Brett Hudson can't hold of it into the end zone. ASU gets the 2 points. It's a little safety dance for you. In the second, Iowa up 7-2 on the Sun Devils, too. Nathan Chandler to Eric Jensen, 2-yard score, point after's good. And Iowa's up 14-2. Moments ago in this one, Nathan Chandler working it again. Iowa up 14-2, 12-11 to go in the 3rd quarter. Ramon Urchela open in the end zone for him. Another Hawkeye score. And Iowa takes the even bigger lead, 21-2 over Arizona State. Sun Devils 2-0, the Hawkeyes 3-0. One of those clubs will be defeated by the end of the day. Iowa running back Fred Russell, 10th in rushing, averaging 113 yards per game. Russell has 92 on 15 carries so far in the ballgame. And ESPN News, the place to be after this ball game. You'll want to be here for the post-game news conference coverage. Check out what Kirk Ferentz has to say about what looks to possibly be another Hawkeyes victory.
We told you about upsets. 6th-ranked K-State hosting Marshall. They're not used to difficult non-conference games in Manhattan. First quarter, Jeff Schwinn Whoops. Jonathan Goddard. He was running. 84-yard touchdown, game tied at 7. Later in the second quarter, he got there, it just took him a while. After recovering a fumble on the ensuing drive, Graham Gochner hooks up with Darius Watts for a 9-yard score. They missed the PAT. Marshall leads 13-10. Fourth quarter, 19-13 Marshall. Wildcats ball. Darren Sproles. That's a score. Kansas State takes a 20-19 lead. Sproles, 14 carries, 77 yards. Later, Gochner finds the tight end, Jason Rader, for a 3-yard touchdown. Get the 2-point conversion. 27-20 Marshall. Fourth quarter still. Buck and a half to go. Nick Kelly, the Thundering Herds' second missed field goal of the game. Would it come back to haunt them? They're up by 7, under a minute to go. Kansas State, little screen pass to Sproles. And he springs free. Down the left sideline, 33 yards, gets it to the 3. So 3 seconds to go. This is it. This is your ball game. 4th and goal. Jeff Schwinn. Got 3 wide. The throw off of David Dennis's fingertips. Marshall goes on to beat Kansas State 27-20 the final. The Thundering Herds' first W ever against a top 25 opponent. Kansas State had won 41 straight non-conference home games. That's what happens when you schedule high school teams. Gochner, 16 of 24 in his second start since Stan Hill went down with a sprained left knee. Butchie Wallace, 111 yards on the ground for Marshall. And K-State, Jeff Schwinn throws for 241, but also fumbles twice and throws a pick in place of L. Roberson.
UCLA visiting top-ranked Oklahoma. Second quarter, Sooners up 14-10. UCLA punting. Antonio Perkins, remember the name, the story of the game. Taking the punt 74 yards into the promised land thanks to a little help from his friends. Perkins came into the ball game with only 80 yards on 13 punt returns. Sooners were up 21-10. Later in the second, same score. Again, UCLA punt. Again, Antonio Perkins. 74 yards to be outdone by Perkins. This time it's 84 yards in for the score. Sooners will go up 28-10. Perkins 158 yards on punt returns, 2 touchdowns. He's not done there. Fourth quarter, Sooners up 52-24. I think you know what's going to happen. Perkins, untouched, sets an NCAA record for return yards in the ball game. The old mark was 219, set by BYU's Golden Richards back in 1971. Oklahoma cruises to victory in this one, 59-24. More on Perkins in just a minute. First, the Sooners holding Bruin sophomore quarterback Drew Olson to just 146 yards of offense. 17 of 34, had 2 picks in the ball game. Oklahoma now 4-0. They complete a sweep of the Sooners' non-conference schedule for the 4th straight season. First time that's actually happened in school history.
The other big SEC matchup besides Georgia and LSU, how about number 12 Tennessee at 17th ranked Florida? Highfalutin types call it Ben Hill Griffin Stadium. We call it the Swamp. Just before the half, Casey Clausen, James Banks. That's a touchdown. 48 yards. Take another look. Now, what did your coach teach you in Pee Wee? Knock the ball down. Said Banks, you work on it all the time. You never think you're going to run it or that it's going to work. Third quarter, 1st and 10. 10-3 Tennessee on top. Clausen. More how it's done. Brett Smith gets caught from behind. He's down at the 1-yard line. Next play, 1st and goal. Jabari Davis up, over, and in. Tennessee up 17-3. Fourth quarter, 17-10. Jabari Davis pounding his way into the end zone. Tennessee up 24-10 at that point. Davis' second touchdown on the day. And that was the final, 24-10. Clausen, 12 of 23 for 235. Not amazing, but he improves to 11-0 as a starter on the road. Tennessee wins for the 2nd straight time at the Swamp. The Gators need to spread their point production around. They're averaging 64 points per game in their 2 wins, 22 in their 2 losses.
To baseball now, the Twins' magic number to win the AL Central may be 6 at the start of the day, but one glance at their schedule, the division pretty much signed, sealed, and delivered. 6 of the Twins' final 8 games are against the Tigers. Detroit is not only the Major League's worst club, but also the Twins' play toy, with Minnesota winning 21 of their last 22 meetings dating back to May 2002. Midway point of a 3-game series at the Metrodome between the Tigers and Twins. Top first, no score. Runner on first, Shane Halter lines to Corey Koski, makes a diving stop, starts the double play. Halter 0 for 4 in the ballgame. Top 2, Twins up 3-0. Dimitri Young facing Johan Santana. Santana catches the liner. Bottom 4, same score. Dustin Moore against Nate Robertson, and Moore 1 for 4, and the 1 is all it took. 10th home run of the season. Twins up 4-0 on the way to a 7-3 victory. Their 8th straight, 11th in 12 home games. For the Tigers, it is loss number 116 of the season. Detroit needs to win 5 of its final 8 games to avoid the Mets' record mark for futility with 120 losses. As for the Twins, the victory, the 8th straight for Johan Santana, the club's magic number to clinch the AL Central, now down to 5. Royals playing at the White Sox, and Chicago loss certainly would help the Twins' case, and it's the Royals helping out. They're up 3-1 right now. Real-time scoring check for you there in the top of the 5th. Big Hurt putting the big hurt on. He's got his 41st home run of the season in the ball game. The Royals are pretty much out of it, 5.5 games back at the start of the day, but as you can see, the White Sox, who started the day just 3.5 games back, a loss again will help out. And when this one goes final, ESPN News will have live news conference coverage for you. Jerry Manuel reacting to either a win or a loss and his club's position in the race for the AL Central.
National League, Astros won 12 of their last 15, but St. Louis, one highlight is all you need here, Dana. Albert Pujols, wonder what he's going to do.
He drives it to left field.
He drives it to left field. That's his 43rd homer of the year, just his second career game winner. The Cards win it 3-2 in 13. Albert Pujols, remember the other one? That was back in July against the Padres, the whole showboating fiasco. This is his second career game-winning dong. Cardinal bullpen was the key today. 7 innings, 3 hits, no runs. St. Louis leaves 17 men on base, but still gets the win.
Still ahead on ESPN News, Bowling Green already beat one Big Ten opponent with the Krenzelless and, of course, Mauriceless Buckeyes become number 2. And out west, the Mariners were looking to rein in the A's with a second straight victory over the AL West leaders. Find out if they were successful.
But first, you can't just sit on your laurels at home. You got to vote. Vote now. Which team's win was the most impressive this Saturday? Tennessee at Florida, Marshall over K-State. We haven't shown you yet, but Oregon, Michigan, LSU versus Georgia. Vote now, and later on we'll give you a free cup of air.
Are you competitive? Take that competitive fire to ESPN.com ASAP, and you could win a VIP trip to throw down in the first ever Sore Winter Challenge presented by Tylenol. This is huge, real huge. The Sore Winter Challenge presented by Tylenol.
U.S. Marshal Karen Cisco was raised by her dad.
You learn by doing. Sometimes you learn by doing wrong.
He taught her to get the bad guys.
Try and circle around back. I'll take the house.
No, I think I should.
Don't argue with me, Dad.
It's the good guys he's having trouble with.
This guy's got a lot going for him.
So what are you waiting for? Ask him out.
From executive producer Danny DeVito and best-selling author Elmore Leonard.
These guys are all cons. Ex-cons.
Makes for a cleaner game.
Karen Cisco.
I got a guy. He's perfect for you. He gets out in 6 months.
ABC Wednesday, October 1st.
Do things have value only when they're without imperfection? Do people? A company called AmeriQuest Mortgage doesn't think so. And that's why when we see homeowners who want to refinance, we see more than credit scores and tax returns. We see people who have learned that anything worth having is worth working for, and know that imperfections only help us savor the sweetness of life. For over 20 years, AmeriQuest has been giving homeowners like you loans to achieve new goals, pay off credit cards, and renew your spirits. AmeriQuest even gives you a personal loan advisor to work with you every step of the way. You've achieved so much. What's next?
To find out, call 1-800-510-7125 or go to AmeriQuest.com now.
Call AmeriQuest, the company that knows you are more.
This Tuesday on Playmakers, they're devastated.
Told me ACL again, didn't you?
You got it. It's what you deserve.
You got a problem? I know what you did.
And they've got 20 minutes to pull it all together. Playmakers, the hit series continues this Tuesday, 9 p.m. on ESPN.
Horn, Frogs, and Commodores. Lionel Richie nowhere to be found. Vanderbilt and TCU. Vanderbilt second quarter. Jay Cutler looking up top. They don't need an athletic department. They've got a touchdown. Brandon Smith, 43 yards. The Commodores on top of TCU, 14-7. Not looking good for the Horned Frogs, ranked 19th but missing their starting quarterback Ty Gunn and their top running back Ricky Madison. He's up for the year. Both of them injured, and Vanderbilt on top of TCU. Cutler 106 yards already through the air, though he does have the 2 picks. TCU getting the yards, but boy, you're on the wrong end of that one. Second quarter, so 8 minutes till the half.
All right, updating this one for you, too. Second-ranked Miami in its final Big East season, kicking off conference play at Boston College. Roscoe Parrish. We saw Perkins, maybe it's a P thing on the punt return on Saturday. Something to be said for alliteration. Parrish just going down the sidelines, unscathed, putting the Canes on the board, up 7-0. Seconds ago, because we bring it to you when it happens right here on ESPN News, Frank Gore, little stiff arm into the end zone. 13-0. Miami takes the lead. Roscoe Parrish on that punt return, 92 yards. Real-time scoring check, it's Miami up 14-0. Frank Gore had his 4th rushing touchdown of the year to help the Hurricanes to that 14-0 lead. And after this one, where do you want to be?
Here.
ESPN News, of course, the place to be after the game goes final. Post-game news conference coverage for you as Larry Coco reacts to tonight's game against Boston College.
The last time Ohio State lost to another team from Ohio, 1921, Oberlin College. Craig Krenzel wasn't the Buckeyes quarterback that day, and he wasn't the Buckeyes quarterback this afternoon. Krenzel out with a hyperextended throwing elbow. So the third-ranked Buckeyes throwing Scott McMullen into the fire against Bowling Green. The Falcons already beat Purdue this season, 6-0 against their last 6 BCS opponents. Second quarter, Buckeyes up 3. Vidal Ross, 33 yards, touchdown. Buckeyes up 17-7. It was 24-7 in the fourth quarter, but that's where Ohio State has problems. Josh Harris, one of the best quarterbacks in the country, hits Colt Magner, and he's into the end zone. Bowling Green down 10. After recovering an onside kick and kicking a field goal, it's 24-17. 13 seconds left. Harris picked off by Will Allen, who also plays for the New York Giants. The Buckeyes win it 24-17. They're 4-0, but they are barely 4-0. Maurice Hall, 102 yards on the ground. The Falcons came in with the #1 offense in the country, 575 yards per game, 51 points per game. But the Buckeyes hold them to 366 total yards. Bowling Green had won, like we said, their last 5 against BCS foes, but Falcons coach Greg Brandon doesn't care. Quote, "There are no medals for trying. It's a loss. It stinks." Florida State 3-0, ranked 9th in the country, welcoming some Buffaloes into Tallahassee. Colorado 2-1 after getting pounded by Washington State. Chris Ricks, first quarter, hits Crefonzo Thorpe. Not only does he have a great name, he's all over these highlights. The 100 and 200-meter champion in the ACC, Crefonzo Thorpe. You're not going to catch him. Take the long way home, 66 yards. Seminoles up 26-7 at that point. They win a squeaker 47-7. Chris Ricks, a career-high 394 yards on 30 of 39 passing, and he played just 3 quarters. Florida State now 4-0. Colorado 2-2, just 39 yards in the second half.
Baseball action for you. Mariners and A's. Seattle 4 down to start the day in the AL West race. Top 4. Justin Dukeshire pitching to Ichiro. 2-1 A's on top, and Ichiro changes that. 200 hits for the 3rd straight season. Ichiro bringing in Randy Wynn and Mike Cameron, and the M's take a 3-2 lead. Top 6, Ichiro again. 4 for 6 in the ballgame, 5 RBI in this one. Ben Davis was on first, and he's going to earn this one. Tejada's throw to first in time, but Ramon Hernandez run over by Davis. Hernandez drops the ball. He had to leave the game 2 innings later with a bruised right elbow. Mariners are up 5-2 on the way to a 9-3 victory. Those 9 runs scored on 17 hits. The M's now within 3 games of the A's in the AL West. Joel Pinheiro got just his 2nd win in 9 starts. A's magic number in the West stays at 5. Mark Mulder talked before the game and said he's not thinking about coming back this year. He's out with a stress fracture in his right leg. Mulder said he's not going to try to come back early if he can't. So the M's gained some ground. We mentioned they are 3 back in the AL West. As for the wild card race, a Red Sox loss would help them. The Sox up 2-1 right now in the top of the 6th, facing the Indians. Derek Lowe is looking for his 6th consecutive win. He's unbeaten against the Indians in his career.
Notre Dame was on the wrong end of a Mr. Miyagi last weekend, getting waxed by Michigan. Would the result be any different against Michigan State? Don't go away, Daniel-san.
There's a fine line between pleasure and pain. Your muscles will let you know when you've crossed it. Introducing new 8-Hour from Tylenol with 2 layers. One that's fast, one that lasts. All day, 1 dose. New 8-Hour from Tylenol. Because when you push your muscles this hard, you're gonna need pain relief that lasts this long. 8-Hour. It's the new Tylenol for muscle pain.
Do you need up to $500 fast? Now you can get the cash you need without driving to a loan store. More bills than money? Just pick up the phone. Qualify in 2 minutes or less for up to $500. National Money Service can help you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. As one of the nation's largest providers of cash advances, we help thousands of people every day. Upon approval, money is electronically deposited directly into your bank account.
You're welcome. The money you need will be in your account tomorrow.
Thank you so much. What a relief.
Let us help you with unplanned car repair bills, medical bills, household repairs, or anything else you need money for. So if you need up to $500 before your next paycheck, we can help.
Call now.
Call National Money Service now.
More college football action for you. Michigan State, Notre Dame. Irish shut out by Michigan last week. Third quarter tied at 6, 1st and 10. Michigan State's Jeff Smoker hands off to Jaron Hayes. Hayes is loose, and that's dangerous. 71 yards on the score. He had 111 yards on 19 carries, including this touchdown. Spartans will take a 13-6 lead. Fourth quarter, 16-9. Spartans on top, 2nd and 8. Carlisle Holiday picked off by Greg Taplin, his first career pick. Holiday 10 at 25, 102 yards and 2 interceptions. Taplin here 40 yards for the touchdown on the return, helping Michigan State earn the victory 22-16. The Spartans' 4th straight at Notre Dame Stadium. Michigan State will improve to 3-1. Jeff Smoker 13 at 27, 119 yards with 2 picks today. Notre Dame sputtered on offense, 3 and out on 5 of the 7 first-half possessions for the Fighting Irish. Only touchdown came in the final minutes, just their 3rd of the season. At 1-2, Notre Dame below 500 for the first time since the end of the 2001 season.
Friday, the Expos voted not to return to San Juan in 2003. Saturday, they had to play at Shea Stadium. No recalls allowed. Bottom 8 tied at 3. Timo Perez down the line. Prentice Redmond sent home, but Prentice does not always make perfect. The throw is pretty perfect, though. Extra token gets you extra innings. Top of the 10th, former Cardinal, Cub, Cardinal, Oriole, Philly, Dodger, Ranger, Dodger, Marlin, Ranger, Met, Rocky, and Yankee. Todd Zeal. The home run to left center off Mike Stanton. Expos win it 4-3. Zeal's 5th home run with the Spos. Rocky Biddle picks up his 32nd save. Levon Hernandez goes 8 innings, strikes out 9, but allows 10 hits and gets a no decision. The Expos still mathematically alive for the wild card, 6 back of the Phils, but it's the Mets' 7th straight loss, and they are not going to make the playoffs.
A quick glimpse of what to watch tonight. 10:10 Eastern, Barry Bonds and the Giants play the 2nd of 3 at Chavez Ravine. Bonds has homered 4 times in his last 6 games and has 657 career homers. That's 3 shy of tying his godfather Willie Mays for 3rd on the all-time list. A baseball rivalry may not have been the motive in the fatal shooting of a Dodgers fan following Friday night's game against the Giants. Los Angeles police originally thought the parking lot fight was between feuding fans, but after arresting 3 suspects today, authorities appear to be backing away from that theory. Police now say it's unclear whether or not baseball was the issue.
Back to the games. Special teams can win a game, can lose a game. What did it do in the Oregon-Michigan game? More sports coming your way on ESPN News.
Now Mentos has 70% more, and they come in a box. Go Box!
What do you think? It's perfect. That's That's exactly what I want.
What?
Except bigger.
What do you mean bigger?
Something really pops the eye. Maybe rubies alternating with the sapphires. More stones. Pave diamonds all the way around.
Life's little expenses. Another good reason to keep your car around. That's why at 75,000 miles, switch to Valvoline's Max Life. Its added ingredients help prevent wear on critical parts.
Hey, this is nothing, guys. For the honeymoon? Oh.
At 75,000, time to switch to Max Life.
Comedy rules on ABC Tuesday when husband and wife face off.
I'm feeling a little overdressed.
I have to touch up my lips.
But who will stand victorious?
Man.
The season premiere of According to Jim.
That was my lipstick.
Tuesday, 9, 8 Central on ABC.
I know you guys like this defense. If they play man coverage the whole game, it's going to catch up to them.
They could be in trouble.
Yeah, there's just too much speed.
You're right.
Check this out. Look at this. Oh, hey. Duck.
Isn't that the offensive coordinator?
Yeah, I think it is. Coach!
When College Game Day's on campus, you gotta step it up.
Should we call somebody?
ESPN College Game Day, built by the Home Depot, 10:30 Saturday mornings on ESPN.
Time for Newswire. Chris McAllister taking a page out of the Corin Robinson Punctuality Handbook. The Ravens starting cornerback will not play tomorrow against the Chargers after violating team rules. The Baltimore Sun reports McAllister broke curfew Thursday night and skipped Friday morning's team meeting.
Coming up on ESPN News, plenty more college football action, including SEC showdown between 7th-ranked Georgia and number 10 LSU. The Bulldogs' 9-0 road record on the line.
Rock's longest, strangest trip is the Grateful Dead.
Trucking, got my chips cashed in, keep trucking, like the Doodah Man together, more or less in life.
The original jam band, spreading their unique sound all over the world.
Sugar magnolia, blossoms blooming, that's all empty and I don't care. So my baby down by the river, knew she'd have to come up soon for air.
Now, for the first time ever, the very best of Grateful Dead. Experience their greatest songs on one single career-spanning CD.
Trouble ahead.
3 incredible decades of music, 17 Dead classics, every song digitally remastered. An American original. The Grateful Dead created a self-styled universe all their own. Call now and get the very best of Grateful Dead on CD for $18.98 plus shipping and handling, and get this original artwork Grateful Dead poster free.